You motherfuckers will be dying 1,000 deaths with me tonight. I have no idea why I said that. I just thought it sounded cool at the time. Maybe not. But I do want you all to share this gorgeous fucking sunset with me tonight. We got some really nice. Unfortunately, my camera sucks, so it doesn't look as good to you, but we got some really nice reds and purples and blues in there. I mean, I prefer total darkness, to be honest with you, but yeah, there it is. And as far as the title goes, nope, it's not clickbait. I just wanted to make sure that, hold on. I just wanted to make sure that I got my testament out there that, yes, I do know what's going on. I know who's who. And these motherfuckers are falling for it. Hook, line, and sinker, and that's all I'm going to say. It's not my surprise to ruin. So, what do we got here? What is gone? Gone? What's gone? Yeah, what's going on, Sea Monkey Melody? Or what's going on, whatever. What is going on, JFK? What is up, Inoid? What is up, General? What's going on, Rod? Yeah, happy 4th of July Eve to everybody. I don't know. I've been asked to go to a fireworks show tomorrow night, but I don't know for sure if it's going to happen. And I don't know if I'll feel like going anyway. I can just blow shit up here, so. But we are surrounded by a beautiful gift from nature anyway. All right, what's going on, Sock? What's going on, Lisa? What's going on, Rob? What's going on, Damone? Who else do we have? I think I got everybody. Yeah, I can tell my notifications still aren't going out to very many people. It's, I feel kind of bad, but like people say, hey, will you notify me before you go live, you know, so that they know. But like so many people have asked, and it's a big pain in the ass. They get notified on the Discord, but yeah, I'm sorry if I am not doing that for you. It's not personal. I'm not doing it for anybody. I don't know of any other than fucking like group chats or text or Instagram things, which I try to avoid all that shit nowadays. I just got put into one within the last 48 hours and hopped right back out again. So, but anyway, fuck Jeff, and that's pretty much all I have to say about him. What's going on, Dead Twist? Make a Zoom? Nah, I'm good. We actually do have, like, I went ahead and built the Discord. What's going on, White Claw? The Discord's done, it's built. But somebody that was supposed to, her idea, and I think it's a good one, Like, and anybody that restreams other people's stuff, we're supposed to start and this is only for people that restream other people's stuff on a regular basis. I'm not talking about like, panel channel or stuff like that. It's just for the people that don't have the faculties to do their own content, so that everybody can go there. So if you're banned, you'll be able to chat with each other and snipe their views and see how they feel about it. But like I said, I got Discord built. I'm just waiting on the other person. I don't know if she is still interested in that or not. And it, like, not just a link where it reroutes to their channel. If they like to snipe people's views, then we're gonna see how they like it for a while. But all that setting up that kind of shit is above my head. So whatever. If somebody wants to take that part over, the Discord's ready to go. All I got to do is throw you an invite. What's going on, Christy? Fish tanking, fish bowling. Yeah, it's pretty low, I think. I mean, once in a while is okay. Or if it's something that's already, if it's not live or whatever, then I don't really see a problem with that. But yeah. Fuck yeah. In case you guys missed it, I'll do a quick tutorial on how to touch grass. Here, let me get a little light on here. Maybe. There we go. All right, y'all, pay attention. I don't want to have to repeat myself, even though I know I'm going to. All right, this is grass. In the industry, we call it grass. You may have grass near you. If you don't have any actual grass near you, then just go outside and see if you have air. And we can start with that. But anyway, yeah, this is what we call grass in the industry. You may call it something else, but it's real. Oh man, unless you're a broken down old motherfucker with spine damage like me. Okay, it should be easy. Oh, this is not this. Stunt man, cut. Stunt man. I need somebody to bend over for me. All right, here we go. I'll take one knee out of disrespect. All right, here we go. Now look, there's the grass, right? What you want to do is extend your hand. Extend your hand in a hand-like motion. Get real close to the grass and just lean down and touch it. You can pet it, you can fondle it, you can even smack it around a little bit, but touch it. Just try it. Try touching some grass. You'll be surprised at how much better you feel, especially if you leave your phone behind. You don't even want to have that motherfucker with you. Now, are there any questions about how to touch grass? You haven't smoked in months? That's awesome, Eloy. What's going on, Janae? What? Who got married? I touched it, TFK. I touched it. What are you going to do about it? Is there a written tutorial? Yeah, you can, if you put $9.99 on my Cash App, uh, I will send you. I actually will. If somebody wants to give me $9.99, I will make you a written tutorial. And even if I get mad at people, I still tend not to share their information. But if you want an actual physical written copy of how to touch grass, I will make you one. Or I can write you one and send it to you digitally, and you can print it out. What the hell am I doing? I'm just I don't know why. You guys don't want to look at pavement. I kind of wanted to read the chat. Well, I went live because nobody else was, or at least nobody that I'm subscribed to or give a shit about. So if you guys want a topic, we can go that route. I just wanted to show off my grass touching skills. You don't trust me digitally. You should never trust me in any capacity at all, ever. I'm not saying you should. I'm just saying that uh, the ability is out there. Like, trust me. You really got nothing to worry about me digitally because I don't know jack shit about how to. Like everything I've done to uh, fuck with people digitally that were fucking with me was given to me by other people, and I don't. They're just, hey, since they think they've hacked into your private shit, leave this file there and name it something else. And when they click on it, we'll know who they are, and we can go from there. But beyond that kind of shit, I don't fuck with people like that unless they are fucking with me. What's going on, NTF? What is going on, Serena? Who else did I miss? If I missed anybody, I'm sorry. I either just was paying attention to where I wasn't walking, or I don't fucking like you. What's going on, LB? How you doing? I'm sorry, I spaced off. I was just sitting here thinking about all the people that disappeared like a year ago. I mean, some of them I'm still in contact with, and I know why they're gone. But there's, yeah, there's quite a few. I would like to know if they just left because of the bullshit, or if they are actually okay. I've always wondered if you guys were around for the early days of Teakway's channel. There was a couple people in there that just disappeared, and I still wonder what happened to them. Like anybody that was around then, if you remember Burns, he just disappeared. I tried contacting him. Oh, and by the way, guys, I've reached out to Tony, if you remember Tony, and no, it's my messages have not been read, so I don't know what happened to him either. Ray like to work out at Planet Fitness with the rest of the transmissions. Hey, I got in trouble for this. This stream will probably get shut down, but I said tranny in my own chat respond or my own comments responding to somebody, and I got a notice. You can't, you're an asshole. You can't say that. Now, how did they know I didn't mean like an actual transmission? What's going on, Tanya D? What is up, Scam? You love Bader? Middle name is Master. I sure did, Dead Twist. I sure did. Anyone else chill with Musa today? Didn't think so. So, like, what happened? Did something happen with Musa? As long as you have a voice changer, great grandma, and a host of other characters are not too far away. That is a fact. Sock account. What's going on, Jersey? Yeah, there was lots of great people back in those days. They all got run off by these fucking doxing piece of shit assholes that have fired up channels over the last year. Oh, and by the way, Jersey, I'll say it again, but earlier I said fuck Jeff, and that was really all I had to say about him. And your channel is always, uh, I'm sure you know, your channel is always open if you need it. Hey, Casa, how do you say my channel is your channel in Spanish? Oh, that's right. You guys did meet up with Musa. Yeah, I forgot. Yeah. Yes, I did know that actually. The only catchers I've met are PHI, Um, one we decided it was better if we didn't say. And God, it seems like there was another one. Do you guys remember if I met any other catchers? It seems like there's another one. And then I was supposed to meet up with Alex at one point a long time ago, but it just didn't happen. I was also supposed to meet up with PCI a long time ago, but uh, that didn't happen either. If I remember, I think I was supposed to meet up with PCI when AZ was up here. I think. What's up, Run for Fun? I used to run myself, but I'm so far removed from staying fit nowadays. I make fun of runners. Like if I see somebody running on purpose, I'll drive up and be like, "Hey, you need a ride? Somebody chasing you? Can I help?" Like you're doing this shit on purpose? Why? More collabs than Tommy had. Well, I wouldn't exactly call them collabs, but uh, speaking of stuff like that, has anybody seen Dream Floral around lately? I texted him a day or two ago and he never responded, so I don't know what's going on. What is up, NTF? Try it, but it's so much. Yeah, the older you get, the more it sucks. If that's the problem. Dream Floral is Dream Floral is everybody's hero, whether they admit it or not. Man got stabbed and had his guts half hanging out and survived. Not to mention he's gay. No, I don't need to relay a message. I was uh, just wondering because I haven't seen him around in a while. I texted him a couple of days ago, but it's not really uncommon for him to take a couple of days to get back to me. So it's all good. I don't blame him for laying low with all the craziness that's been going on. He found another transgender girlfriend that thinks we will judge him because we will. I would totally judge him. I'm judging him right now. Don't have any girl of any kind, so you don't judge. Yeah, but I mean, and yeah, you could judge on lonely guys, but if you get so desperate and lonely that you, how should I put this, dip your toes or any other body part into waters that you wouldn't normally, just based on loneliness, I'm gonna judge you. I am. It's as simple as that. Yep, no problem, Jersey. What's going on, Ellen? Girl meat is underrated, to be honest. I don't um yeah, I that's not a an item on my menu. I'll put it to you that way. If you're referring to boobies as girl meat, hell yeah, those are definitely underrated. Crazy ex trying to get back with you. Yeah, don't that suck, man? Like some of them really do some fucked up things. Sound like I was crunching my water bottle. That's why. Unfortunately, we don't have any horses. Never did. I had a pony one time, but I blew it up with my chemistry set. Don't ask any more questions. I really miss that chemistry set. If you guys are as old as me, do you remember how fucking dangerous the toys used to be? You remember big wheels, plastic three-wheeled bikes, the big wheel in the front. Now they don't want you. They don't want your little kids to go over a certain speed. They got to wear helmets and pads, and we can't have that cool brake anymore. That if you got that plastic low to the ground piece of shit going fast enough, you could lock up one wheel with a handbrake that came on it and spin out and wreck and get up and laugh about it. People are such fucking pussies now. When I was a kid, man, our pet dinosaurs, that's another story, but um, Like all the dashboards were made out of metal. Nobody wore seat belts. Nobody had car seats. Your only source of protection if you were about to get into an accident was your mom's fist flying out into the side of your face to try to stop you from overcoming gravity and going through the windshield. Now, I mean, look what happened. Now, look how fucking soft people are. Back then, the dumb ones got killed off. The dumb ones didn't survive, and now we're overrun. And eureka soy. I mean, yeah, we had couch potatoes that only wanted to watch TV, but we only got 4 channels, and 2 of them played one programming, and 2 of them played the other programming an hour apart. My mom and dad thought I was really good at Wheel of Fortune and Jeopardy because I would watch them on the Fast Time channel, and then when they got home from work, watch them again on the Slow Time channel. They thought I knew all the answers, but it was just because I'd only seen them an hour before. So they thought I was way smarter than I was. So they were like, why do you suck in school? Why are you so stupid on your report cards?" And then late at night, all of the stations would play the national anthem, and all go off of the air. So if you wanted to watch TV at 4 o'clock in the morning, you couldn't do it unless you were lucky enough to live in a city that had that program where they sold the bullshit knives that $49.95 you can get 118 knives, but they're all junk and they're just for looking at. Don't you dare try to use them. All right, I gotta get out of the way of this car or truck, whatever it is. Oh, let's see if that thing makes the curve. That curve down there has taken quite a few lives. That's where I found my first dead body. No, he slowed down. He'll be all right. Oh, he's actually stopping. Must be a deer. Either that or he's rolling a joint. No, I haven't been live for very long, Matt, and you've not missed anything. I'm just showing off the. As usual, I have no plan. Didn't know if I was going live or not until about 5 minutes before I set it up. So you've not missed anything. I put that title there. What's going on, Missy? I man, I'm behind in the chat. Didn't know it. Sorry about that, guys. Fuck, I'm way behind because I was blabbing. What's going on, Doctor Mortician? What the fuck was I saying? Yeah, I just titled it that because of all the fuss about PHAI, and these fuckers fell for it hook, line, and sinker, and that's all I'm saying. I'm not saying I know anything else. I just wanted to get my timestamp out there so that later on, when they all look stupid, not that they already don't, I'll be like, yep. Yeah, my first dead body, I was still in high school. I remember it clearly. I don't remember what I had for lunch yesterday, if anything. But yeah, right down there on that curve, the dude was coming home from the next house over, headed this way. And I told my mom and dad I was at work, which I was at first, but it was like 3 o'clock in the morning because I'd been, uh, where was I? Oh yeah, I was at the uh, St. Joseph's College dorm with the girl I was dating at the time. And I came home, noticed that the guardrail was gone. So I came home, turned around and looked, and yeah, there was a truck down in the ditch, and that dude was deader than fuck. You know how they, on the top they're completely white, and on the bottom they're black because of blood pools. But me being Mr. Boy Scout Rambo, I had to jump off of the road. Wait, the truck was sitting upright, but it was in the water. Um, so I jumped out of the bed of the truck. All the glass was busted out, and reached in there, even though like there was no fucking way he was still alive. The guardrail had came all the way through the firewall and took his leg off. Um, but yeah, I checked his pulse. Anyway, yeah, if I would have fucked that up, I would have been in the water and went into hypothermia pretty quick, and I'd probably still be there. What's going on, Ed? Yeah, you never forget your first dead body. Even though you've seen a lot more of them than I have. But I've kept people like you in business though. That's all I'm saying. What's going on, Susan? Sorry if I missed anybody. What's up, Missy? I'm not sure if I said hello to you or not, but okay, F you too. Found a dead body in a quad. Yeah, yeah. I had friends get taken out that way growing up. Before the quads, they had three wheelers, which were extremely dangerous. That's really where my friends got hurt. More was on the three wheelers, but they stopped making those. But yeah, those things were dangerous as fuck. Like if you were going down a hill or something or up a hill. That FU was for Ed, always for Ed. All right, well, Missy, I guess I'm not important enough to fuck. So it is what it is. I get it. I wouldn't fuck me either. I did say hello. All right, Missy. See, I'm so paranoid about missing people that sometimes I say hello twice. I'm not sure. It's hard when you say hello to, I don't know, 20 or so people, however many I said hello to, uh, with all the multiple concussions and drug abuse and all the other shit I've done to fuck up my brain. My short-term memory is terrible. Hey, dye. If you guys need purple dye, I can hook you up. I actually make purple dye. It works good on wood and cloth and pretty much whatever. I make ink with it too. Saw your first one at 14, started working at 15. Oh, family business, huh? Now 30 years and thousands of people. You gotta be, was I a fireman or EMT? No, I had some EMT training when I was younger. And before that, I had all the badges for Boy Scouts and stuff. But no, I wasn't an EMT. I don't I don't know if I'm cursed or what, but for a long time, if there was a car accident anywhere near me, I was gonna be the first on the scene. But like I always carried first aid stuff in my car with me, like lots of it. So I was able to help a little bit. But yeah, no, it was just circumstances that happened. I wasn't looking for dead bodies. I worked in a factory steelworker shop for 20 years, and I saw a lot of people get really fucked up there. when you have idiots hanging around. Yeah, that semi's still sitting down there. I wonder what happened, if anything. Oh, I know what it is. There's a combine out there. What the fuck are they picking already? Pretty early for that. Probably making hay or something, but yeah, there's a combine out there. That's what that semi's doing. It's getting ready to take a load from that combine. You think Forrest Gump is in the chat? Well, that wouldn't come to any great surprise. You're a virgin. Well, we can fix that for you. Um, actually, you I don't remember ever seeing your account before, so you're probably either already banned on your real account, uh, or maybe you just don't know what you stepped into. But you don't have to give your exact age. Just let me know in the chat if you're over or under 18, and don't lie. Can I have a mod get a complete search on Run for Funds? Fuck, I just lost my train of thought. There's that concussion again. I need you to run a complete search on Run for Funds IP address. I want everything. I want everything on my desk by the end of the shift. Yep, I better get out of the road. I don't even have any lights on. Nobody can see me. Game on. That's a nice breeze. It's been hotter than fuck here all day. It still is. All right. Well, the sun's just about gone, and there won't be anything to look at. So, if y'all don't either give me something to talk about, or somebody don't jump up here, the link should be pinned. I really I have nothing to talk about. I don't know other than PHAI doing their thing today, and Clown Force and his merry band of idiots thinking they know who it is. I know nothing else about what's been going on. They were born today. Well, I'm normally. I was joking with you, Run for Fun. I know what you were talking about. I'm normally opposed to letting their kids be run on the internet, which is why these days, anybody under 30, it seems like they've been raised with the internet as their babysitter, so they just don't do anything real. So when somebody does, they're like, "Oh wow, that but there's nothing unusual or exceptionally cool about the stuff I've done. I've just been on this planet for a very long time, and we had to find ways to entertain ourselves because we didn't have the internet. Well, let's get rid of that. What's going on, Danielle? One of my bucket list items is to make it necessary for Danielle to buy a morning after pill. Oh shit. Car. Game on. I don't know if you guys can hear it, but there are bats. There are bats circling us overhead. I can only hear it for a couple seconds at a time. It sounds like juniper. I disagree. I disagree that it sounds like juniper. I'm dying so bad to tell you just one little thing that I know. But if I do, then it's going to change the quote unquote other side's narrative. Why can I hear a car but don't see one? Somebody must be driving with their headlights off. That's weird. Almost as weird as a guy standing in the middle of the road at night with no lights on. All right. I see you sent me a bunch of photos, but I can't look at them right now. I'm pretty sure that Danielle is AI anyway. Victoria's Secret slime absorbers. Oh, oh wow. You had to ruin it for me. I had this nice fantasy and everything, Rob. Thanks for ruining it. What's going on, MasterCard? You've all been played. You realize that, right? Popcorn Planet. I've heard of that before. Can't remember exactly now what it is, but I remember seeing that name around. Yeah, and y'all, the chats, like, what's up, kidners? Everybody's chats has been really screwed up lately. Like sometimes, like even if I'm not saying anything weird, sometimes it still won't let me chat. I mean, YouTube censors me a lot anyway because I'm an asshole. But um, like here lately, it's been really bad. Like everybody's been getting it, and then people think they're blocked and they aren't, and it's a hassle. So one thing that I found out is like if you've been on YouTube for a while and you hop from video to video to video, if you either close it out, stop the app and restart it, or go just keep hitting back until it closes out. Sometimes that helps, not all the time. Especially if you've watched a bunch of shorts. Like if you've been scrolling the shorts for a while, that seems to screw it up. I don't know why. He was doctor shopping out of state and they were mailing it to him. That's the only feasible. I like feasible better, actually. Explanation for the postmaster general to be running the criminal investigation. Oh, I missed what you were talking about. You can jump up here if you want to, though, because I really got nothing. That vid sounded like a villain monologue. Yeah, I thought it was funny. Or maybe it really is APP. Maybe it really is. I'm not saying it is. I'm just saying what if. Maybe they had it right all along. Something about that guy. Are you still talking about me, Missy? I rub everybody the wrong way. Oh, you talking about? Yeah, I heard that they might be. Um, they they're looking into Matthew Perry might have got murdered, or they're looking at charging people with murder, like five of them or something. I've not really kept on it like you have, so I don't know all the details. But yeah, that's the thing though. When you're a star, fucking doctors or whoever, that's what got Kobe Bryant killed. I think is because this helicopter pilot was like, "Hey, it's fucking Kobe Bryant," and I don't know if he was a regular pilot for him or not, but um, like how often people get really starstruck and they get really stupid because of it. Um, he probably knew that the weather was going to be a problem, but you know, your judgment gets twisted when you're trying to impress somebody, especially somebody famous. Politics. Oh, it moved. Is politics out here? You're okay. If so, but your channel was gone for a comment. What was your channel? Run for fun. Who are you? Yeah, Michael Jackson's doctor. Fuck, his doctor hooked him up right there in his own home. Gave him the old Jackson juice every night. Yeah, the weather conditions were bad, and like there was fog and stuff, and yeah, they shouldn't have been flying, but you know how it is. You got a big star, and the money was probably pretty good too. So people will forget their common sense in order to feel like a big shot for a while. Hey, stupid! I saw you. I know you're looking for me. Yeah, I know. I'm ignoring you. Say hello to your fans. You've got more fans than I do. Trust me. That's one of them that's been following me around since it could barely walk. Climbs up me all the time. All right, before I go sit down, we'll go and check. If you guys saw the ugly cat video from earlier today, there was like 8 or 10 raccoons in a in a chicken pen last night. I, I put up a video. I gotta find my flashlight here real quick. I'll come back later. It was about 4 o'clock in the morning when they were out here last night. Oh, ugly cat. Ugly cat, I got a surprise for you. Oh, ugly cat. Come on. I was just joking last night. I wasn't really shooting at you. I was just having a little bit of fun. Actually, they started shooting at me first. All I did was return fire. Oh, shit. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to get my shit together. It never works. That was the first time you ever seen a real pack of coons. Yeah, that's why I show stuff like that on here is because a lot of people don't get to see. They don't get to see sunsets or aminals or whatever. So that's why I show it. Come on, ugly cat. I was just messing with you. I got I got a surprise for you. It's almost July 4th and I got some freedom tablets. Crackheads. Well, we've got a fair amount of meth heads around here too, so um in fact we have wild meth heads that every once in a while you do run into them out here in the country. They like to come out here in the privacy and make meth and steal your fucking catalytic converters or tools or whatever else they can get their hands on. And the sheriff will tell you that scoop them up, bury them 20 down with your backhoe. Don't call us. We don't want to know about it. All right. So when this person's family realizes that they're missing, then okay, we can do that. Nothing wrong with meth. It helps people. Yeah. Anything in moderation, but some things are really hard to moderate. But yeah, they do put our kids on basically legal meth just so they fucking behave in school instead of just being children. My kids luckily didn't have any behavior problems, but I think a lot of that is lazy parenting and lazy teachers that just want them to sit down and shut the fuck up. And that's why we have what we have now. People who spend all of their time like I don't get it, y'all. If you're like in your 20s and 30s and you're watching every single one of these so-called community live streams, for real, I'm not even being a smart ass. Go back to the beginning part of this video when I gave the grass touching tutorial. Watch it several times and go give it a shot. And give it a shot repeatedly, not just a one-time thing. Do it at least every day. Yeah, it's a bit early for the raccoons, but they can come out at any time. What's going on, A cups behind us? Sorry if I missed anybody, but I wasn't watching. My kids skipped a generation. Hey, my kids aren't like people are now. They are not snowflakes. And I didn't. I think my youngest was I think about 12 before I'd even let them have an Xbox. And when they did have it, they weren't allowed to have it hooked up to the internet ever. And their time on the computer was limited pretty much to homework and just kind of depending on what was going on. I didn't allow them to be raised by devices. Uh, their mother, on the other hand, she had all kinds of devices that she used frequently. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, FCC people are fucking pussies. Like if you go back and watch All in the Family, uh, or Sam Kinison, I mean, these people think that South Park is bad, but compared to how television used to be, it really isn't. People just feel like it is because they've been pussified. It's sad. Yeah, you had Sam Kinison and Andrew Dice Clay and all them dirty, dirty motherfuckers that were hilarious. Now you got to be careful. We don't want to offend somebody, and people have been taught to think that way. They want to talk about free speech, but they don't even realize how undercut they've restricted their own speech by listening to these motherfuckers. They've been indoctrinated and institutionalized, and like they don't even know it. In a way, it's kind of funny, but mostly it's sad. Am I on a hike? I was. I'm not now. I came in and sat down. Not really on a hike. I was just making rounds, making sure that everything was locked up tight here. The Bill Cosby comedy didn't age well. Yeah, yeah, that is true. I remember, when Eddie Murphy came out and Bill Cosby was like, "Oh, Eddie Murphy, you're so filthy. You got such a dirty mouth," and blah blah blah. Well, at least Eddie Murphy, as far as we know, wasn't drugging women to take advantage of them. Blazing Saddles, yeah, yeah. If you put out Blazing Saddles now, oh shit, cancel, 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 cancel. Whiny ass bitches. I remember. Anybody remember Fat Albert, the cartoon? I remember Bill from that, and then whatever that fucking family sitcom was he did. Always playing Mr. Righteous. Yeah, people keep telling me that those ugly cats are raccoons, but I don't know. Maybe they are. I just thought they were really ugly cats. Um, we could probably start building them. I've already got a whole pile of them for spare parts. Monty Python, yeah, there was another one. Now, Monty Python would be canceled too because there was that skit where that I don't know if he was a knight or whatever it was. He was like, "I want to be a woman. I want to have babies." And they're like, "You can't be a woman. You're stupid. That's ridiculous." But if you made that argument now, oh God, Run for Fun, you and FCC are on this agenda, just so you know. What's going on, Canadian royalty? Fat Albert. Yep. The Huxtables. That's what I was trying to think of. I think the girl that played the oldest daughter was doing porn or something like that years ago. I don't. Maybe I'm wrong, but I wonder how many. I wonder how many offers to do porn the original Hawk Two girl is. You know that they've been reaching out to her. She's been on talk shows and stuff. So you know that they're offering her large sums of money. Do I remember you? What was your? Maybe I missed it. Maybe you said it and I missed it because I'm blabbing. But what other name would I know you by? Run for Fun. I'll pay attention to the chat now. If you want to say Airwolf, yeah, Airwolf and the A Team and Blue Thunder and Mash. Those were all my favorites. Dukes of Hazard. You work with this dude with one real tiny arm. Well, as long as he has a sense of humor about it, you let it go. I don't. Hmm, I'm not upset. Run for Fun. I'm just curious. Maybe we have a misunderstanding. I just want to know how else I would know you. If I know who the hell you are, then uh, it would be better. But there's no beef. There's a channel that just plays G.I. Joe cartoons all day. Wow. Yeah, dude, I've seen every episode of MASH. I don't know about these days, but I used to be able to answer any MASH question. There's I forget his name now, but there's a guy that plays guitar on YouTube, and he's got one really messed up hand, but he plays guitar really well. All right, FCC, who's your guess? Who do you think that Run for Fun is? I think they're starting to fuck with us at this point, but what's your guess? I Run for Fun was your OG channel. Man, look, my memory is terrible. So if I not remembering it, then don't take any offense. I'm confused, FCC. Who is this? God, I need a shower. My naughty assistant has been on a much needed break. Yeah, I know it's a new account, Canadian Royalty. I'm guessing it's probably somebody that's banned from here on their regular account. She thought MASH was a Vietnam show. Wow. She thought GTA was a video game. I did too for the longest time. Klinger, well, Klinger wasn't really trans. He was just trying to get a Section 8 so he could get out of the army. Margaret has the biggest titties on MASH. That is true. She was also one of the few females that you get to see very often. Yeah, if you ever saw the original MASH movie, the movie was out before the television show was, and it actually showed Margaret naked in it. You don't have to leave. We just don't trust you, is all. You can never trust a new account. Maybe we're just a little bit jaded. You were in a community with FCC before, but not this community. What other communities have you been in, FCC? What other communities have you pillaged that we don't know about? you were banned yesterday on this channel. I don't think anybody was banned yesterday, were they? Oh, yeah, that's right. He was in the trucker glory hole community for a while. No, you're not talking any shit, Rumpy. You're fine, but you seem to be evasive. We do try to run pretty mellow. I mean, it does get crazy sometimes, but people can run their channels however they want. But um, this whole thing where people act like assholes, get banned, and then they beg, "Why didn't you? Why didn't you get unbanned?" Nah, fuck you. You're gone. Well, I know I doxed some people and blah blah blah, but I didn't dox you, so nope, fuck you. You're out. It's funny, people seem to think they should have the right, but the way I see it is you're in my house. I make the rules here. All right, fun. Somebody give me something. Somebody give me something. You can do it from the chat, or you can do it from, or you can come up here. It's up. I don't care. But give me something. Do a members only stream pursuing my ban list. Well, the problem with that is I'm not monetized. I don't have a membership. Um, my ban list is extensive, but it's mostly doxes, um, alt accounts, like 5 accounts for the same person, shit like that, and people I just don't fucking want in here. I don't remember an I Run for Fun account. And if you got banned in here, there was probably a good reason for it. Kid nurse, my son and I were out messing with Tannerite like a week ago, and I put 2 videos up, and they were taken down before they even got all the way through being processed. YouTube has, but I've seen other channels blowing shit up, but YouTube's kind of got a hard on for me right now, so I'm not getting away with shit. And they've got some new rules, like you can't show a magazine that holds more than 30 rounds. You can't show machine guns. You can't even bump fire. It's stupid. Even though the machine guns are legal, you can't show them on YouTube anymore. Oh shit! What are we voting on here? Put a 1 in the chat if you are proud to be an American. Hell yeah! I'm giving you a verbal 1. And if somebody Canadian royalty, you're exempt. So you have my verbal vote. If somebody wants to give me an oral vote, you're welcome to it. I'm proud to be what America is supposed to stand for. I'm not so proud of my government. There's a lot of things I'm not proud of about this country, but I am proud of what it was originally meant to be. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about these Canadian commies. They don't celebrate July 4th. They don't even celebrate Thanksgiving. I don't. I just don't trust them. I'm a nice sea monkey. Oh, isn't that fucking sweet? Yeah, I know you have something similar to it. Canadian royalty. The USA is far from perfect, but you stand by these words. It's the best country on this planet. I agree with that. Yeah, we do have the best country on the planet. That's why everybody wants to come here. I kind of have a theory that, and ordinarily I'm like, hey, yeah, take care of our own country first, and then everybody else. Um, but if we would start wiping out these fucking cartels in Mexico and make Mexico a better place, we wouldn't have as many people trying to get in here. People don't realize how powerful the cartels really are, and they aren't like it's not just gang violence. These fuckers like they wear tack vests. Um, they have 50 calibers. They have rocket launchers. It's only a matter of time if they don't already before they have heat-seeking missiles and even stronger stuff. I mean, they're not a gang anymore. They are a fucking military. They're not recognized by a government as a military, but they are. So I think that our military ought to do something about that. You've been to Africa and Europe 3 separate times, seeing various countries each time. Be grateful, even when you're having your worst possible day here. Yeah, I always wanted to go to Africa, but never made it happen. America, fuck yeah. What's going on, Jamie? And after we get the southern border protected and get that wall completely built and reinforced, then we need to build the northern wall to keep them fucking Canadians out of here. I don't know exactly what I'm doing tomorrow. I haven't bought any fireworks. I was hoping to see my grandson, but that's not going to happen. And then, like, I was invited to hang out with somebody tomorrow night, but I don't know if that's going to happen either. So I really don't know what I'm doing tomorrow. It's also going to kind of like my dad started to kind of get better, but now my mom has like to go in for an infusion yesterday or the day before yesterday. So my mom's not doing very well now either. So I might not be able to go any place and having to stick around their place. I think I've only been to my house and I don't know, maybe 8 times in the last month. Yeah, red twist, three dad twist. But you guys burnt down our fucking White House, so I mean, yeah, all that fuss about Julian Assange and keeping him locked up all this time, and they let him go. Which I mean, yeah, he broke the law, but I give it to the guy for letting us know about some of the shit that he let us know about. Same thing with Edward Snowden. I mean, you can't just let people get away with exposing our country's secrets. But some of the stuff that they let us know about how the civilians are being monitored and spied on and taken into custody, that fucking Patriot Act that they used 9/11 as an excuse for, there's nothing patriotic about it. They can arrest you now and hold you in a federal detention center for no reason. Like they don't have to have a reason. Tweakers stole your van. Yeah, they do that. Yeah, and they're putting illegal immigrants. They're giving them apartments and hotels and fucking paying for everything, while we got veterans that are just completely homeless on the streets. Yeah, there's nothing patriotic about the Patriot Act. It was all bullshit. Yeah, apparently Justin Trudeau is allowed to get away with blackface, but nobody else. I'm actually wearing blackface right now. You guys just can't see it. Judge League 2 wrote a letter saying how he wouldn't prosecute trespassing B&E. Yeah, yeah, I watched that. So people can just break into your house and steal all your shit, and they nothing will happen to them. It's insane. Even if you're home. But of course, if you shoot them, then I'm sure you'll probably be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law. Squatters down the street from LeBron. Yeah, that's another thing. If somebody, I've seen stories where veterans were going on deployments and they come home and there's other motherfuckers living in their house and they have a hell of a time getting them out legally. California is close to legalizing sex work. You're leaving when that happens. Yeah, ordinarily I want government in our lives as little as possible, but like you're not going to stop sex work. You're just not. And the way it's being done now is through trafficking and other means of coercion. Um, and I hate anything to be regulated, but if you can find a way to regulate it, and they have to be tested for diseases, frequently. It's like I have no moral opposition to sex work. I personally have never used those kinds of services, but as long as everybody's doing it willingly and it's just a transaction between two adults, I really don't see the problem. Oh yeah, sock. They have taken over really nice places, and it's hard to get them out legally. I mean, there are landlords. They'll take the landlord to jail for not doing it to the letter of the law, but the squatter gets it's bullshit. What's going on, Josh? You gonna bitch slap or pimp slap FCC? Good. I'd like to see that. He needs it. Yeah, changing locks in an apartment. That's one thing. And then there was another guy. This dude was away on deployment for the military. He comes home. His old lady had left him, so she left the house empty, and these fucking squatters moved in. And he was trying to do. I mean, like he came home and had no place to stay because these squatters had taken over. Um, called the cops. Cops wouldn't do anything because it's a civil matter. So what he did was he waited until they were gone, and then he moved in and squatted on the squatters, but he got arrested for it. So Well, Josh, I think that Jews like you, I think we should bring back concentration camps on a limited basis. Not all Jews, just, you know, certain ones. Yeah, Dead Twist. I know who I saw that story too. I know who you're talking about. Like he was bragging on TikTok. He was bragging about how he gets money from the government and he was illegal and he was squatting and all that. Yeah, I saw that story too. And then he fucked up and they deported his ass. Yeah, fuck him. Yeah, you and FTK both. We should bring back concentration camps on a limited basis. Not even because you're Jewish, but just because you're you. Little fucker sent you. Well, he's got more fans than I do. He let the fame go to his head though. He uh he won't go on camera without an appearance fee. Ryan will use the services. No, he would be so fucking nervous. I would pay for a prostitute for Ryan. I really would. Um, he'd be so fucking out of his mind. He wouldn't know what to do for one thing, and like his hands would be shaking so bad he wouldn't be able to undo his belt buckle. And then I'm pretty sure he would probably pop before either one of their pants came off. Yeah, that's the kind of concentration camps I'm talking about. Not the old fashioned ones, the ones that teach you how to actually focus for 5 fucking minutes. Oh, yeah. So who had a 12-hour panel? Man, I'm lost. I need a concentration camp. Beeping in the red, but yeah, send security. Yeah, Ugly Cat is another one who Ugly Cat thinks that he's more famous than what he really is. Someone would buy Ryan a hooker and he'd spend the whole hour convincing the hooker that it is a suspect. Oh, no shit. And let's not forget, um, Bill Powell, his great grandma. All right, FCC, pull over somebody. Danielle, I would love to get Danielle up here sometime. Somebody's got to come up and help me out because I can't even think anymore. he wouldn't be able to pick Danielle. He'd be like, "What? What am I supposed to do?" We probably have to have Telly come up with a PowerPoint. Nobody wants the fat kid on their pen. Are you saying you're the fat kid, FCC? Because I didn't really have that impression when you showed us them pretty legs. Legs, plural. I remember seeing your legs, man, both of them. You had a right one and a left one, if I remember right. You need Ryan and Cooper to tell us who PHA. Well, Haystack's got all that fancy. Doesn't Haystack have all that fancy equipment too that apparently doesn't work right? Yeah, we definitely would have to send an well, a chaperone, we'll call it, with Ryan. Like, okay, dude, go in the other room with her. I'll be waiting out here when you're done. I'll see you in 30 seconds. Then he'd come running out, shaking white as a ghost, still clothed, and be like, she tried to put her mouth down there. She she was in her mouth and down there, and what am I supposed to do? Yeah, that's how that would go. What's up, OJ? Ryan is the one to worry about having a freezer of dead kittens. Yeah, I'm pretty sure bedwetting is probably also an issue. All right, serious question for the ladies. Like I've heard females talk about this before, but like, is it? It's never happened to me, but have any of you ladies ever had a guy start crying like right after sex? Because I've heard about that being a thing like a few times, but like I can't imagine. I mean, I can imagine Ryan doing it, but is that like a thing? Has that ever happened? Or fellas, if you've started crying right after sex, and I'm talking about sex like with the living, breathing human female, not something weird you might have stuck your dick into at some point. We all make those kinds of mistakes, but All right, is that better? I don't know what the fuck happened. I had to switch a setting. I babbled off some all night, and this whole thing has sucked. And then I finally come up with something good, and nobody could hear it. God damn it! I mean, for all you guys know, this entire conversation could be AI generated. Maybe I was taken out. Can you guys hear me now, though? What's going on, section? If you can hear me. Hello? All right, you can't hear me. All right, cool. That sucks, man. I finally came up with something good to say, and I'm not repeating it. Partially because I can't remember it anyway. The new Mountain Dew firework. Have not heard of it. What's going on, Jenny T? The real me is chained. Yeah, that is actually true. I am in fact chained up under Jenny T's sink, as I have been for years. She just kind of loans me out to other people every now and then, and I get to be chained up under a different sink every once in a while. All I own in this world are three left socks and two-thirds of a wash rag. So is that true about uh, Cam joining the Navy? Like, is he actually doing that, or is that because I've seen people talk about it? I just don't know if it's true or not. No, section. I don't get a change of scenery because I'm blindfolded, and most of the only time I'm not ball gagged is when I'm live. But I'm blindfolded all the time, so it's not really a change of scenery. There you go, Rob. He said he's off. Oh, it must be serious if he's off a kratom. Do they even test for that? I don't know because it's legal, I think, in most states. It's it's legal in Indiana, but you're only allowed to have a very small amount. So it's like it's such a small amount. I don't think it really does anything. The the few times I've tried it, it didn't do jack shit for me. Pokey Hayward. Well, it's not. I'm not really trying to get out of the ball gag. It's not that I don't mind having it. It's just that it's incredibly hard to snort cocaine wearing a ball gag. I mean, it's doable, but it's just difficult. It's derived, yeah, but pot is derived from a plant, and so is cocaine and heroin. They all come from plants. That's the thing. People say, "Oh, this is all natural, so it's good for you." Well, rattlesnake venom is all natural. It's not good for you. Tommy blew up his penis with a bottle rocket. That would be funnier than shit, man. Yeah, that's the thing. I thought about going the kratom route. It's just hard to get unless somebody like Cameron or something would send me a bunch. It's hard to get. You can't just walk into a store around here like you can in other states and just get a bunch of kratom, and they won't. I tried online and they wouldn't ship it here either because I wanted to give it a shot to try to. This was more so back when I was trying to get off my massive oxy habit, but I just never got to really give it a fair shake. It's got to be better than the shit that I'm taking now. But it's also not as harmless as what's up, Baz? Kelp is better than kratom. Hell yeah. That's another thing sea monkeys don't get credit for is it's incredibly hard to snort coke underwater. But kratom's not as harmless as they want you to believe either. People do get hooked on kratom. In fact, the reason I know I have Clown's address is because he gave it to me. Because when he was trying to quit kratom uh, back when we were getting along, um, they were giving it causes the same effects, the same restless legs are fucking annoying as shit. And that's why they call it kicking the habit because when you come off of that shit cold turkey, your fucking legs just kick involuntarily. But I have a non-narcotic prescription medication that helps with that kind of stuff. And I was going to give him some, but at the time, my dad was not doing well, and I had it all packaged up. I didn't want to mail it from like anybody's mailbox, and I didn't have the right postage for it anyway. So I had to run to the post office to mail it, and my dad was I just never had the time to do it, so I never sent the package, but I still have it. So if you're trying to quit opioids, if you can get a hold of clonidine, it's prescription, but it's not a narcotic, but it really does wonders for the restless legs, and they actually use clonidine to treat lots of things. Um, Part of the reason I have it is uh, for ADHD. I mean, I don't. It's okay for that if you take enough. It's like everything else; you got to take a bunch of it to get it to work right. But they use it for treating migraines, ADHD. It's actually a blood pressure medication, but they use it off label for a lot of things. Drug talk and naked. I also like naked women. It's my favorite kind of woman. Yeah, I know non-narcotic is not like me, but the stuff does help uh, with a lot of things. So It's also supposed to be an anxiety. They use it to treat anxiety, which again, I mean, I'm not saying anybody should do it, but if you take enough, it's not as good as Klonopin or Xanax, but it does help with anxiety a little bit. I've got so many fucking medications I'm supposed to take every day, but I only take the ones that make me feel good on the spot. All that maintenance shit, forget about it. I don't. It's yeah. Get point one or point two. Yeah, I had mine are point twos. That's the thing. I'm on three different blood pressure medications, but two of them are off label. They're not. I'm not taking them for blood pressure. Um, but the clonidine, work. It helps. It does help with quite a few things. Um, and then the other one, I forget what the name of it is. Actually, I forget the name of the both of the other ones. But the one that I'm just supposed to take every morning and it doesn't change the way you feel. I don't even bother with it. What's up, Chris? Yeah, I know section, but everything is like that. Normal human doses don't help me. Like I always have to kind of save it up for when I do need it. Yeah, Klonopin and Xanax and Halcyon and oh man, there's a Valium. Yeah, they're all. Kidner's is actually almost a doctor, so Kidner's knows way more about the shit than I do. But I don't care if it's a narcotic or not. If it works, hey, it just happens to be the stuff that works really well happens to be a narcotic. Dusty. Oh, it's your okay. Right on, Chris. That's cool. I haven't seen Dusty around in a while either. Yeah, yeah. That was another. They use clonidine off label for a lot of things. Yeah, I mean tolerance is an issue, but I just e- even if it's something I've never like a class of drugs I've never had before, like nothing nothing helps in a normal. Like I always try it their way first, but like even Xanax, they started me out on half a milligram and it did nothing. Same thing with one. I think they started me out on 1 milligram clonidine, and one of them just doesn't do anything. I mean, it never did, even when I first started taking benzos. Halcyon, on the other hand, yeah, I didn't take it very long because I did some fucked up things on Halcyon. So I didn't stay on it for very long. But they were giving me Halcyon at night for sleep. And then whatever benzo, like they would switch my benzos around from like back and forth from Xanax to clonidine. Like it's really going to help you stop from getting addicted to benzos, but um, whatever benzo I had during the day, and then for a while they were giving me Halcyon to sleep, and that shit, man. Um, I probably told this story a million times on here, but I woke up one morning and my hand was all cut to shit, and I remembered going to bed, upstairs with my old lady, and I woke up on the couch, and yeah, I just woke up and my hand was all cut to shit. I'm like, what the fuck? So I freaked out, went and checked on the kids, and they were fine, and then ran upstairs to her. I'm like, what the fuck happened? She's like, you don't remember? Remember? I was like, no. And I'm very good at sharpening knives. She said that I was sitting at the kitchen table sharpening a knife, and I was just slicing through my fingers and didn't like. I just didn't know I was cutting myself. So she patched me up and got me on the couch, and yeah. What else was there? Oh, that was a shit that I woke up. I mean, I wake up fighting anyway sometimes, and I don't know why, but I woke up one night and I had a comforter and a fucking massive headlock squeezing the shit out of it. And I got, like, I was scared. Like, what if I got a hold of her in the middle of the night? So, yeah, I quit taking that shit. Your probation officer says you should start taking shrooms. Well, you got to do what your probation officer says, man. I'm not a big fan of mushrooms myself, but if they work for you, I mean, they're doing a lot of they're doing a lot of good things like medication resistant depression, which is I have that none of that shit ever helped me either. This chat is triggering you. Have a nice night. All right, sorry about that, Rob. Uh, yeah, that does it happens sometimes. I'm sorry about that. Sometimes it triggers me too, if I'm being honest. Yeah, they a lot of people swear by mushrooms for anxiety and depression and whatever else. I'm just, I don't know. Maybe I'm sure the medical is different, but the times that I've tried shrooms, I just didn't care for them. I didn't like LSD. I didn't. I just not a fan. DMT though, I do think that shit helped me out for a long time. I would actually do that again if I can find somebody that um that's as credible or I don't know reputable or whatever as the way I got it before. But I don't know who to trust now. I don't know who to go to. Oh yeah, here's some DMT. Oh shit, that turned out to be drywall. Yeah, no idea why you would happen to have anxiety. None at all. Yeah, microdosing. That's what I've read about microdosing. Yeah, and big pharma is a huge fucking problem. That's the thing. Like around the turn of the century, everybody like the stuff that I make. Um, it all comes from pine trees and bees and you know, plants that just grow wild, and um, it works, and that's what everybody always did. And then all of a sudden, big pharma comes along, and they're like, "Well, you don't see, this is so convenient. We're making it for you now." And then, of course, you had the snake oil people, which are still around. Um, and then they switched it from not on okay, this what we're doing is more convenient. And by the way, if you make your own shit, you're stupid. It's a fringe science, even though it worked for thousands of years. It's a fringe science now, and it's bullshit, and you shouldn't do it. I mean, things like homeopathic shit is ass backwards. That is mostly a big scam. Yeah, Monsanto is a big part of that too. Addressed waste and lobbying. Well, yeah, that's why you have fluoride in your water supply. Fluoride is actually a toxic waste, and they had to find a way to get rid of it, but they didn't want to pay for it. Fluoride is way more toxic than what people believe. I mean, it does help. It does help your teeth, but I grew up without. We grew up with our own well, and we didn't have any extra problems with our teeth than kids that lived in town. Um, I mean, it's true. It does help your teeth, but it's more of a toxin than anything. So they were able to figure out not only how to not have to pay to have the fluoride taken away, the steel companies also found a way to get the government to pay them for it. And it's the same thing with, I mean, like heroin stuff is bad. It's not good for you, but up until the early 20th century, you could just walk to a drugstore and buy it right off the shelf. And then they started demonizing people for using it. When they illegalized pot, nobody called it marijuana. It was always called hemp. So people didn't really know what marijuana was, and they actually voted. The public actually voted on this shit, and they voted to outlaw it. The government was actually, and the big pharma and DuPont was also a part of that because they had developed nylon, but there wasn't really a need for it because hemp was actually a better thing. So yeah, they actually put up billboards that said Mexicans and Negroes smoke marijuana and rape white women. We need to make it illegal. They had billboards that actually said that, but it had to be gotten out of the way for never had fluoride, never had a cavity. Yeah, it William Randolph Hearst. Yeah, that was another one. Yeah, the Rockefellers and yeah, that's right. They actually did change the textbooks to make it fit their narrative, like they do everything else. Reefer Matt. I was just gonna mention that book. I think there's more than one book called Reefer Madness, but and I forget the author of the one I'm talking about. It's there's a lot of pages to it. Um, but yeah, it goes through the history of how drugs became illegal. and how it was all based on racial prejudice and profit. They made opium part of the reason they made opium illegal was because they didn't like Chinese people. Yeah, Kid Nurse is the real deal. Actually knows what he's talking about. I mean, medical school do that to you. Yeah, Jamie, it's not necessarily about living forever. It's about, like if you have a skin condition, you want it cured to be more comfortable. And like I make salves that I don't have psoriasis or anything like that myself, but the people that I make it for, they say that it's better than anything, even prescription stuff. I say it works as good or better than anything they've had. Bill of a guy. Oh, is a guy that gives hearts in the chat is gay? Um, Not necessarily. It kind of depends on why. Medications are now usually prescribed to fight the side effects of other medications you're on. Yeah, that's another thing. It's appalling to Americans. Americans deserve better. Now, like 8 or 10 of commercials are the format. Yeah, I think it's weird for them to have TV commercials because unless you've been to medical school and you know what's best, like why the fuck advertise it to doctors? Sure, but to advertise, people see this shit on commercials and be like, "Oh, that's what I need. I need me some of that." And it might not be the best thing, and maybe the doctor will give it to him just to get him to shut the fuck up. I mean, I mean things like Viagra and stuff. Yeah, sure. Um, but when they're advertising diabetes medicines or cancer medicine, it's just your doctor already knows. You know what I mean? Like my mom's on Ozempic now, and it's actually kind of fucked her up, I think. But you see these Ozempic commercials all the time. And then you have doctors that get kickbacks. Of course, everybody wants to make money. It's hard to fault them for wanting to make money, but they might prescribe something that uh, I'm sure it's close, but not quite as good as something else. But they're getting a kickback, and I think the kickbacks are bullshit. There's I forget the name of it, but or at least there used to be. I don't know if it still is or not, but um, I found a website years ago because I wanted to look up one of the doctors that was pumping me full of oxys, and he was getting I don't it was like whatever like I don't know I don't remember he was getting like a shit ton of money every year because they had to make that public, and I don't remember how much he was making, but then I looked up my family doctor, and the whole year before he'd gotten like $16. from. I'm sure it was somebody taking him to lunch or something. And I've been at doctors' offices before where people will just deliver, like donuts and fruit trays and shit. They'll just send it, and it's from the drug representatives. Dude, my oh man, I've been trying to learn all my parents' medications, but it's gonna be impossible. Like they are on so many different fucking things. They have their regular family doctor, and then apart from that, they have their regular nurse practitioner, and then they have all their specialists, and they've all got them on like shit tons. They sit down every week and organize it all out by the day ahead of time, but there's barely enough room to fit their daily intake in the little individual. Yeah, it's crazy. You have, you have osteopenis something, osteopene. Something's wrong with your penis, Jamie. I don't know what that means, but bone. I know osteo means bone, but penia, bone penis. I don't know. Something's wrong with your penis, apparently. But your left hip finally. Oh, I understand, dude. Yeah, my cock and balls are so big, my hips are out of line too. So I understand that. Left hip scored osteoporosis. Doctor put you on Fosamax. We stopped after the second dose. Bones hurt so bad you could barely move. Yeah. Google $15 million settlement at Baylor Hospital. Doctors billing for surgery, even though they weren't present. Yes, there's a lot of that kind of shit that goes on. They like to scam Medicaid and stuff a lot too, it seems. That's the thing. I know people that have been on, oh man, I forget the name, but some kind of steroid, but like the shit eats your bones away over time. So, like you're fucked either way. At least we got the TikTok nurse dances. Yeah. I saw a story. Man, I'm terrible about remembering names, but this plastic surgeon chick, she was uh, live streaming her plastic surgeries, and she wound up fucking up a bunch of people because she was distracted, and she ended up losing her medical license. And that pain doctor, or one of them, I should say, that was like just if I he would say he was the one that was monitoring my oxys for a while and giving them to me. And when I first started going to him, I was on 40 milligrams twice a day. Um, by the time I left him, I was on 60 milligrams 3 times a day. And he'd say, "How's it working?" Like none of this shit works good. Like you, if you have a chronic thing like that, it's always gonna suck. Um, but if I didn't say, "Yeah, it's working okay" or "It's working all right," he would bump up the dosage. If I said, "Yeah, it's not great," he would like I wouldn't even know that he bumped it up until I got to the pharmacy to pick him up, and I would be overjoyed. But like early on, I was trying to, I realized that I was addicted, but I was high functioning, so I was still trying to like not keep taking more. But going to a doctor that just bumps it up for the hell of it, uh, doesn't help the situation. Your ab is they like they have psychics for abs now, or psychiatrists. That's interesting. See, that's the thing. I'm sure I could have, or maybe still could. I don't know. Got into all these OxyContin lawsuits. I just never knew anything about it. I heard about them, but I did get a thing in the mail one time from a law office. But after I read through it, and if you read the fine print, like it ensured that you were going to get some money, but it was a very like it wasn't jack shit. But if you took that, then you couldn't sue them later. And I never took that money, so I don't know if I can still get in on that action or not. Yeah, they say it does make you more sensitive to pain. I mean, I haven't really like if I get hurt in a different way, like I don't like I've always had a high pain tolerance, but so like if I get hurt in a different way, I don't think it's made me more sensitive. But the thing is now, like when something new happens, whatever amount you're already on, it doesn't help with that at all. So you got to take more, and even then, I don't know, it's hard. But I've also seen doctors that say, "Oh, if you take a Tylenol and an Advil at the same time, it works better than an opioid." Those motherfuckers are so full of shit. I've tried it several times and it doesn't do. Yeah, they're full of shit. I mean, if it does work for people, fine, and even if it's just the psychological effect, um, fine. But yeah, I think they're mostly full of shit. Doctors are allowed to write prescriptions for off-label treatments. Nurse practitioners, at least in your state, cannot write off-label. Oh, I didn't know that, kid nurse. I don't know what it's like in Indiana, but I didn't know that at all. You can. My regular family doctor had a really smoking hot nurse practitioner. Yeah, she stopped by my house a couple of times. We didn't do anything, unfortunately, but um, I just lost my train of thought. Yeah, she was smoking hot, but like if my doctor wasn't there, she could write like for my narcotics, she could write whatever he was writing, but I don't know about the rest of it. My regular family doctor is real cool. Um, the only doctor I know of that will still like he came him and the nurse practitioner came to my house one time because I was I lied to him. The real deal was is I was in such bad withdrawal that I couldn't leave the house to go make my regular appointment. So I called Mike, hey, I'm not going to be there. Even though I wanted that prescription really fucking bad, I was still in such rough shape I couldn't do anything. I sure as fuck wasn't going to drive. Uh, he's like, oh, we'll come to your house. I'm like, wow, that's wild. So yeah, they came to my house and took care. It was weird. And then there was another time she called me up and she said, hey, I'm in town, but car's making a funny noise. And she's like, I know you're a car guy, and I'm sorry, whatever. I'm like, all right, just run by the house and I'll listen to it. There wasn't a damn thing wrong with her car. um, yeah, for example, Zyban, that sounds familiar. You can write for smoke. Yeah, I've tried that before. That's why it sounds familiar. Smoking cessation, but collaborating, you can write for smoking cessation or weight loss. Right on. Yeah, see, Jamie, I wasn't. See, she was married, right? And I had a woman, so and I would never step out on her. Uh, but then I was like, I mean, like I didn't really know for sure that because it is true when like if something's wrong with your car, and I'm not a mechanic, but if you take it to a mechanic, then it quits making that fucking noise. So it could have been kind of the same thing. And I wasn't, I wouldn't have cheated on my old lady anyway, but yeah, it was different. And then like years after that, when I was living by myself, my doctor was like, "You need to get out. You need to stop isolating." I'm like, "Yeah, fuck that. I hate every single person on this planet. I don't want to talk to anybody." He's like, "Oh, whatever, blah blah blah." So, and my doctor is a teaching doctor, and I felt sorry for for this kid by the time I got done with him. But my doctor assigned his student to me, and so he was coming to the house, and we were hanging out and stuff, and um, it was right around when the that have been right around 2006 when they brought back the retro Mustangs, and he had a GT, and he's like, "Come on, man, let's go for lunch, whatever." I'm like, "Ah, whatever." He's like, "Well, I'll let you drive my car." I'm like, "All right." Uh, yeah, I had that kid rethinking his entire life by the time we got to where we were going. I mean, it was part of his it was helping him with school, so uh, I didn't interfere with that, but like he was so naive. It was like he'd been sheltered his whole life, and then he did get me out of the house though. But I got a feeling that by the time we got done, he probably didn't want to leave his anymore. You sell medical equipment; it's very profitable. Yeah, that stuff's expensive as shit, man. And half of it doesn't do what they say that it will. Like I have a tens unit, and when I first got it, it did kind of help. I think they're cheaper now, but at the time they were pretty expensive. And then once I got the tens unit, like they were sending me AA batteries every week, which was cool because I use a lot of AA batteries. But um, it was, and they charged my insurance company an obscene amount of money for sending me AA batteries every week, and then they would send the pads constantly. And it kind of helped at first, but after a while it didn't help me anymore. But I still have it, and about the only thing it's good for now is if you can find a chick that's into it, and it does pretty well on their nipples. It's like Wellbutrin. Yeah, that was I had that for a while to quit smoking. I heard that people are. It didn't help me quit, but I heard people are actually shooting up Wellbutrin now. They say it's like a fucking Coke buzz. I've never tried it and probably won't, but well, actually, I know I won't because I'm not into needles. But this dude I worked with, he was in his 70s, looked like he was in his 90s, but he would bring alcohol in his coffee every day to work, and he drove one of the bigger machines that we had, which was not good. And one day he was acting extra fucked up, and he about killed me. So I went and dragged him out of the machine, and I was like, man, I really don't want to beat up an old man, but this motherfucker's got to something's got to be done. And I'm like, are you drinking extra today, or are you not drinking today? What's up with you, man? What's your deal? And come to find out, his wife had him put on Wellbutrin to quit smoking, and he misunderstood the instructions. Instead of taking it like 3 times a day or whatever, he was taking one every time he wanted a cigarette. So the bottle was half gone on his first day, and it fucked him up pretty bad for a while. All right, somebody screenshot that real quick because I'm going to use it later. See, yeah, yeah. I tried taking it by the handful, but gabapentin never did jack shit for me. It didn't matter how much I took. Um, Pregabalin though, Lyrica does, but again, a normal 220, was it 225? I think I'm on 225 milligram pills. Um, but like one doesn't help. I have to take more than that to get it to work. But when it does work, it works pretty good. I think mine are 225. If 225 milligram pregabalin is a thing, then that's what I have because that's the number I remember. But I started out on like 75. I was actually the same uh, my cool family doctor. I was the first one that he ever gave Lyrica to when it first came out. It does actually have 4 pads dead twist. Only one set of controls, but it does actually have four pads, 2 leads. Yeah, physical therapy. Well, it depends on where you go, and I think it's better now. But physical therapy was a joke. Some of it was because the first place I went, that was all they did was have me lay on my gut with a 10 unit on my back. That was it. That was all. I would go in there for. I'd be there for an hour and be on the 10 unit for like 15 minutes, and then doing some other bullshit for the rest of the time. That like, and then I went to a couple other places, and it was all bullshit crap I could have done at home. Um, but then I went to occupational therapy, and that did help me quite a bit. But that was an 8 hour. But you had to show up for it like for work. You had to be there on time. Which I don't know if they are really going to fire me if I don't show up on. I don't know. But I was never late. And you have to sign in just like a regular job. And they actually did do uh, a pretty good job of replicating my regular job. I was surprised, but I had to give them a detailed summary, and they actually um, got a detailed summary from my employer too. But that place was down in uh, yeah, it was an hour each way, which sucked because driving is one of the worst things I can do for my back. The fascia release tool. Are you talking about a crowbar or a claw hammer? Because that's how I remove fascia. I actually don't know what that is. In one of the weird places I moved for physical therapy, they had people in there that like there were like I hate to sound cruel or whatever, but no, I don't care. I don't mind sounding cruel, but like there were people in there that like, what's the point? I don't know. There was a dude in there. I mean, I felt bad for him. He was a burn victim, had no arms, no legs, 100%. The rest of him was scarred. Uh, like, what really is the point in making that dude go through physical therapy? You know? All right. Apparently, the chat's not working again. Yeah, I see your message. I can tell that people aren't able to chat. I don't know. It's not just me. It's been like that on other channels too. Nope, you're not banned. I don't. It's just fucking YouTube. It's aggravating. Is it Neurontin used for? Yeah, Neurontin is used for nerve pain. I don't know about seizures though. That'd be a question for kid nerves. Yeah, Neurontin is gabapentin, right? I was taking it before they tried me on that early on. Didn't do anything, so I just stopped getting it. And then the Lyrica came along, but I have damage like in my spinal cord. Like there's nothing actually wrong with my hands and uh, feet. But because of the damage in the spinal cord, my hands and feet feel like they're on pins and needles or on fire most of the time. And sometimes it's like it's really aggravating because I used to play guitar a lot, and now I have to tank up on lyrica to be able to play it all, and it sometimes that don't even work, but it's aggravating. Same thing with drawing. I used to draw a lot, but peripheral fuck periscope neuropathy. That's what it is. All right, people are saying I'm getting text, I'm getting DMs. Like nobody can chat. I don't know. It's you guys. Nobody. None of you are banned, or at least you shouldn't be. It's a problem with YouTube, and there are places that I have to type in the same message 5 times to get it to go through, and it's not even crazy shit. So I don't know what the deal is with that. It's pissing me off though. All right, yo. Even mods are telling me they can't chat, so I'm gonna hang this up. I rather like these informative discussions though. Yeah, Dead Twist. It's been going on other channels too. Um, it's not just here, and people get mad and because they think they're banned, so they don't want to come back. And yeah, so if you think you're banned from here, unless you're an asshole, you're probably not. And I will double check the list. I double checked it yesterday, and nobody that was saying that they couldn't chat was on there. And I'm also aware that YouTube's not sending my notifications to very many people. So, all right, yo. Stay naked.